I'm not Einstein, you know. I'm this normal person who is just me. That's all. What am I supposed to be here anyway? This super brain who was supposed to figure out the theory of relativity while juggling chainsaws? I mean, come on now. Give me a break. It's not enough that I carry a B average. No, I have to get A's because my parents got A's. All I ever hear is how they were top of their class in high school and college, how they were national honor roll students, how they got scholarships, and how they sat around reading each other poetry while listening to Mozart. Can you imagine what would happen if I suggested to Ralph that we sit around reading each other poetry while listening to classical music? He'd be out of here, and who could blame him? My dad's all pissed off because I'm not on the debating team. He just can't get over the fact that I hate public speaking. Every time I get up in front of a crowd, my hands get all clammy, I break out in cold sweat, and my heart beats so loud you can hear it from the next block. Dad says that debating helps me think on my feet. No way! Debating helps me faint on my feet. My parents are both overachievers. My mom, for example, is the head of local chamber of commerce and the Democratic Party. Plus, she's on board at the hospital, and she's an active fundraiser for the local library. Plus, she takes care of the house, knits, can whip up a killer souffle, and plays a great game of tennis. There's not anything she can't do. Anything. She can even write the whole phone book on a head of a pin blindfolded if she set her mind to it. And my dad is the president of his company, a scratch golfer, a volunteer fireman, chairman for the United Fund, and is on the acting committee for the city. He reads the New York Times from cover to cover every day, knocks off a book before bedtime, and figures out his income tax in his head. You know, sometimes I think that my parents aren't human. And here I am, this lowly B student whose idea of an intellectual evening is pizza with everything, a couple of classic Cokes, and a few new CDs. And there's nothing I can do to measure up. I'm doomed. You know, sometimes I think that I'm not their daughter, that there must have been some mix-up at the hospital. Somewhere in the country today, there's this super brainy genius of a kid living with parents who are a couple of normal nerds.